Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to our annual meeting of the Rotary Club of Des Moines. I'm President Becky Greenwald. We're going to start out on a somber note here. We just had word this week that longtime member Russ Johnson, who's been a 52-year member of the Rotary Club of Des Moines, and the father of Rotary Club member Kurt Johnson, passed away. So very sad to let everyone know that. We don't have the service details yet, they're pending, but we know we wanted to think of Russ. And I looked back at our 100-year anniversary book, and in there was a section where Russ had indicated what his most special Rotary moment was. I wanted to share that with you. It said his most special Rotary involvements have been the wonderful memories of visiting Rotary clubs all around the world. He visited clubs in Japan, South Africa, Europe, Hawaii, South America, Bahamas, and many clubs here in the United States. So could we just take a moment of silence in memory of Russ and support of his family? Thank you. Well, we'll sure be thinking of the Johnson family in the weeks to come. And now to change the mood a little bit. I don't know about you, but my clothes closets are so full of things. I need to be picking things up and taking them to the different places to donate items. And what comes in very handy is our district governor of District 6000, Dennis Drager, has a passion for Rotarians cleaning up their closets and taking things to whoever they want to donate to, and then let us know how many pounds of items that you donated. So we're going to be collecting items, not at us, but you can, when you take something to an organization and donate it, stick it on the scale before you go, and then come back and tell us how many pounds you donated, and Kitty will keep track for us of where you took it and how many pounds. And then at the end of the year, we'll let Dennis know. And Dennis, being our District 6000 governor, has made that request, as he did also with the blood drive that you're going to hear about. And I just thought for some of you to let you know a little bit about the district governor's roles and how he does this. District governor for our region, or district, is the official representative of Rotary International in the region. And he and his wife Heidi have already visited our club 3 times this year. They came to 2 social events and then 1 club meeting, and they've been visiting all of the clubs in District 6000, so they're on the road a lot. And one of the part of Dennis's commitment to service is why he is our Rotary governor, and he selected these 2 hands-on projects, asking the clubs throughout southern Iowa to make these very visible donations. So if we can help out and decide to take things to wherever you like to donate items, keep track, tell Kitty the pounds, and we'll let Dennis know what we've been able to accomplish. And now, how about, where are you, Bob? Would you come up and do our moment of inspiration, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and our 4-way test?
Thank you, President Becky. It was a quiet Sunday morning in Oahu 82 years ago today. People getting ready for church, sailors doing their duties on ships anchored at Pearl Harbor. At 7:55 a.m., the sound of plane engines pierced the air, and explosions from bombs and torpedoes echoed throughout the area. The call to battle stations rang across our Pacific Fleet in the harbor and across the airfields that were being attacked. 395 Japanese planes attacked the harbor and airfields that day. The attack left 19 naval vessels damaged or sunk. In total, 2,280 servicemen and women died. 1,109 were left wounded. 68 civilians lost their lives. Over 1,000 of the victims were on the USS Arizona. Many battles would occur in the Pacific theater until Japan was defeated. The Battle of Midway, Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Iwo Jima. 15 medals of honor were awarded for actions of bravery at Pearl Harbor. Today, the USS Arizona continues to leak oil at about 9 quarts a day. The day before the attack, it was loaded with 1.5 million gallons of oil. The leakage is referred by some as the Black Tears, or the Tears of Arizona. Survivors of the attack have the option to either deposit their ashes on Arizona or have their ashes scattered at the ship's location. Let us always remember December 7th, 1941 with reverence. You join me with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the five-way test.
The truth is fair to all concerned, will build goodwill and better friendships, will be beneficial to all concerned, and is in fun.
Please greet your fellow Rotarians.
Glad you're here.
Thanks, Bob. That was very nice. Say again. Oh man. Good. Busiest we've ever been. No, it's sorry. She got me out. That's just the nice guy.
Okay, so we've greeted each other, so now it's tumbler time. Please consider donating $5 into the cup on your table if you don't have a green dollar sign on your name badge. And even if you do, you can always put a little more in that cup each week. And know that it all goes to our Rotary Club of Des Moines Foundation. We want to thank you for your continued support of the foundation and its funds from these tumblers and other donations that we make throughout the year that support the great community grants that we're going to see and award today. So great work that's being done. And again, thank you for your contributions and your support of our foundation so that we can make these grants possible. And now I'd like to thank you to our new member, Steve Belay, for sponsoring a table flyer, and it's on your table there. Just wanted to hold it up there because I know there's a lot on the tables there. But he's got information on the Christmas with the Choral Society concert. It'll be this Saturday, December 9th at 7:30 at St. Ambrose Cathedral. And attendees are encouraged to bring non-perishable food item to be donated to a local food pantry, in addition to purchasing their tickets. And thanks to Steve for his support of the Rotary Club of Des Moines Foundation by placing this flyer out there. And now, where in the world is Club 27? Well, Steve Beckling, my goodness. He attended Rotary meeting in Port Louis, the capital of Mauritius, which, in case you didn't know, is an island in the Indian Ocean. It's an island nation, 1,200 miles off the southeast coast of Africa and further east of Madagascar. So it's out there ways, but we'll have to find out from Steve all the wonderful time he had there. But Steve visited one of the 2 English-speaking clubs on the island, and there are 9 clubs on that island nation. So anybody already knew about Mauritius before today? Who knew that? I didn't either. I had to look, some world travelers there, great. Well, now we're all a little bit smarter. And also, Doug Salzgeber came back from southern Italy, where he was traveling along the Amalfi Coast Highway. So that's a beautiful sight. I'm glad you didn't go off the edge there. Or meet some of those buses. You do that where you're on a big thing and you meet the buses coming and going. There's not a whole lot of give. But anyway, good to see that you had a wonderful vacation trip. And please, bring these along, sign them out with Kitty, and we want to know where you're going and go with you. Sue, would I like you, who is our service committee chair, to come forward because she has an announcement for us. So Sue Woody.
I'm asking once again again, I'm up here representing the service committee, and we have asked you for your funds, and you willingly gave, and we purchased lots of kids' coats, and we purchased meals for Thanksgiving, meals for families in need. We've asked you for your time, and there were many of us here that were at the our last grantee, which was the Botanical Center. We spent some time at the Botanical Center this fall. That was super fun. You've also done your time at the Dia del Nino. This time I'm asking for something different, and that is your blood. I'm asking you to roll up your sleeve. You've given money, you've given time, now I'm asking for blood. As Becky said, this is part of our district governor's drive for clothing, but also for blood drive. And Ann Shmurgla, our member from the Blank Park Zoo, has graciously set up a blood drive through American Red Cross. And we would love your participation. On your tables and back where we have our name tags, you'll see this red flyer. At the bottom there is a link, super easy. Go to the link, hit 50315, which is the zip code of the zoo, and it will pop right up. It just takes a minute and you are good to go. It's December 12th from 1 o'clock to 6 p.m. at the zoo. And even if you can't make it to this blood drive, we do encourage you, and maybe some of you are regular donors already. So whether you're giving to American Red Cross or you're giving to LifeServe or wherever you give blood, please, again, just like you're gonna weigh your donations, let Kitty know that you've given blood, and it will count through the end of the year. So thank you for your support, and I hope that you can join us on December 12th.
Thanks so much, Sue. There are still a few spots open.
Don't have to be a Rotarian.
Free parking at the zoo. Okay, so now I would like to introduce past president and Quiddity chair, Matt Busick, who will share with you the results of our 2024-25 Board of Director election. Matt.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Quiddity Committee, I'm pleased to announce the Board of Directors for the next Rotary year, beginning in July 2024 and all the way through June 2025. Thank you for the time you took to vote online. So, President Kevin Kassir, if you're here, please stand and stay standing until I get through everyone. President Kevin Kassir, President-elect Tim Lilwitz, Vice President Josh Brady, Secretary-Treasurer Katie County, Sergeant-at-Arms Kyle McCormick, Director Marnie Hockenberg, Director John Lorenzen, Director Mark Lyons, Director Ashley Mylenik, Director Claudia Shabo, Director Carter Smith, and finally, past President Becky Greenwald. Please give everyone a round of applause. And thank you to all of you for everything that you do for the Rotary Club of Des Moines. Congratulations to our Board of Directors for the 2024-2025 year.
And now, the highlight of our day is one of the best meetings of our year is when we get to meet our new grantees. And so I would like to introduce past President Jamie Boersma, who is also the Community Service Grants Chair this year. And Jamie will present our special grants program for today. Jamie.
Thank you, Becky. It's always fun to get back to the podium when you haven't been here for a while, get to see all of your best friends out there. So anyway, thanks for being here today, you guys. I think, as Becky said, for me, it is always one of my favorite meetings, and my heart at Rotary goes to the things that we do in this community. So I'm so glad today to be able to do that. I've been privileged this year to serve as the chair for the Community Service Grants Committee, and I get this wonderful honor today of giving you the exciting news of who our recipient is going to be this year. So, a couple things first. I want to do some thank yous. The first one goes to the Club Foundation Board. They have continued commitment to this grant and the transformational work that it's done in the community. So we thank you for that. Doug Saltzgaber is the current president of the foundation board. We didn't drag him up here today. We thought he might be jet lagged. So anyway, but thank you, Doug, for that, for the work that you guys did and the support for the community. I also want to thank the Grants Community Committee members. They're board appointed. So this is the one committee we have that the board appoints us and gives us the power to find the organization in the community that we want to make the grant to. So the committee this year was amazing. People on that committee, I know some of them are here, I've seen them. Eric Oberfeld is here, he's in the back. If you want to stand up, Eric, do so. We'll know who you are. And he is the vice chair. So I served in this position for 2 years. This was the first year. Next year will be the second, and then Eric will step in. So don't forget who he is. That'll be important. Kyle McCormick, I saw Kyle here. Brittany Friend is on the committee. I don't think she's here. Ted Corrigan is as well, and Tanya Wenzel. So that group of people passionately went through the process this year. So my big thanks to them. And of course, I always want to thank Kitty because honestly, all those applications and all that work and all those questions and the things that have to be done and the emails answered all come through her in that office. So we thank you for your support, Kitty. Thanks. Okay, so this is our 11th year that we've given out a community grant. And so we're excited, clearly, about the impact all our grants have made in these past 10 years. We are collecting a little bit more information about what's going on with one or two of our previous grant recipients. And then early in next Rotary year, we plan to give you an update on what's happening with all of them. I mean, it's obvious what's going on at the library, right? We got that. We learn that every week. So, but there's some of the rest of them through the years that we don't know so much about what's happened. And so we're going to bring that information to you soon after the first of the year. A little bit on the process. The foundation board approves the amount for the grant for us each year. And then they give that information to this committee. And we go through the process of asking for applications for the grant. That happened, I believe, in the summertime. And then we go from there to receiving applications and going through the rest of the process. We got 19 applications this year. I don't know that was the most, but it sure does come close. And it was a lot of need. It wasn't that there wasn't need in all of them, there was. So the process is grueling in a way to get through them, first of all, to rank them because we have a scoring sheet and we have a lot of conversation. And so it's an effort. I know I sat at my desk a lot of hours trying to get through them all, and I know the rest of the committee did as well. We do that, and then from there we narrowed it down to 4 recipients that we wanted to hear from. So we took those 4 recipients, asked them to join us in October. They gratefully did so and do a presentation for us so we'd have an opportunity to ask more questions and get to know more about what their plan was. And so we did that, and then after that we were able to make a decision on the recipient. It wasn't easy. I think the few times I have served on this committee some, and I've been there as the board liaison, and I felt like this was as much discussion as we've had to have in a long time because there is so much need in the community. But I am very happy to tell you that this year's recipients of our community grant, which is $40,000, it goes to Attain. And they are here with us today. The grant is going to fund a community breakfast food truck. They're going to tell you more about it. And I think it's probably developed a bit from when we were together. So I don't need to tell you what I know. They'll tell you what they know, which is the real deal. But here to accept this grant today and tell us more about the project so is Pasha Morgan. He's also joined by Tyrone Avant and Jake Czar. So you guys, we are so glad you are here.
This afternoon. Good. Yes, we are Attain. I'm glad that my partners came up here with me, my partners in hope. One of the reasons for the name is you'll see if you look at our website or our Facebook page that the actual model for attain is actually the definition. To grow together, to attain, sometimes with turmoil and obstacles, but it's to get to work together to complete a goal. And that's what we are doing. We are partnered with several community organizations. We're partnered with DMARC and Greater Des Moines Eats. We also have an esports program, and we are partnered with DMPS. So we are working together to basically, we're not trying to compete with other nonprofits. We're trying to grow together in one networking community so that we can meet the needs of the community. Like Jamie was saying, they are great, and working together is the way that we can meet them, and we can help our community grow. One of the groups I was a part of was North Des Moines Mutual Aid, and our motto there was, it's not charity, it's community. And so we really believe in that. And now, going into part of that is our community breakfast. For the last 2.5 years, we've had a community breakfast at Edmund Griffin Park on 13th and College. It started out with just 2 people and a couple of pancakes and a tray of eggs. We graduated to a full setup. We have, I think, yeah, there we go. We have some slides up here. If you could just go forward a little bit, it'll show you a little bit about some of our breakfast. So if you can see some of the slides, you see eventually we had books and coats during the winter time that people could pick up, extra clothing, fresh fruits and vegetables, because we were also partnered with Capital Produce. So people could come and get as much as they wanted for the week. It's a supplement for our DMPS school lunch and breakfast program, because kids still eat on the weekends. So it helped on Saturdays to be able to be there. Not to mention, we served all of our community members. We served people going to work. We served our bus drivers, because it's right across from a bus stop, and our bus drivers would stop and grab a plate or some coffee to go. And we were there on Christmas Day last year, because it fell on a Saturday. And so not only did it help because we're part of our community, but it showed them that we're going to be there for them regardless. We are them. And it's not us helping you, it's us being with you because we are you. And so that was our last 2.5 years. Thank you. So we had a list that we would put out every week, and so this is some of the food that you can see that we were feeding people. Now, our updated vision.
Bear with me.
All right. Now, thanks to the generosity of everybody in this room and the selection committee and president, and thank you from the bottom of our hearts, Rotary Club, we are going to be able to purchase a truck where we are not just going to be able to feed the community at 13th College, but we're going to be able to move forward. And we have 4 different locations that we have set up that we will be able to move this throughout the city. For the last 2.5 years, we served between 200 and 250 people every Saturday, so that will quadruple. So thank you again. Not to mention the fact that 11 degrees is cold. And we've been outside for the last 2 years, so thank you again for that. If you could, one more, it's clear. This is just some of the equipment that will be available to us. But these are some of the areas. Now, 13th and Griffin, 13th and College is the area that's circled. These are 3 more areas that we'll be able to reach now on these Saturdays and possibly Sundays as the program grows. So that's just a little bit of information of what this money will be used for. Not to mention the fact that it also allows us to buy up in gear supplies, so that, and as we're getting donations in, they're not donations that we have to. Before, we were on a week-to-week basis. We had to put out a list on like a Monday. Everybody would donate and send money and items, and then we would cook the breakfast. Now we will be able to take in monetary donations to be prepared for the next year, because now we have funds now to already cover this. So all in all, it is really just going to change our lives. It's going to change this breakfast, and it is going to help us to reach more people in the community. So basically, that's pretty much it. I think there's a couple more slides, but basically it's just telling you a little bit about Attain, because our model is here, and a thank you. They gave me 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm shy anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and go on that. But thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts, from Attain, and let's continue working together. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. And I will take questions. Anybody, anything?
How did you determine the other 3 locations?
Actually, the other 3 locations were determined by the area and the need that is usually in that area. So we know the areas of Des Moines. I have worked for Creative Visions, and all of us work in some form of non-surface nonprofit. So because of that, we are aware of the areas that need the most. And we try to break them out in regions too. We try to make sure we have a location in South Side, East Side, North Side, and Central.
What are each of your roles in your organization?
I talk.
I just do what they tell me to do.
I'm charming. No, I actually normally I deal with the technology side, and I do have a lot of networks because I am in the nonprofit industry in Des Moines, and I also worked in the political area for a while. So those connections always pay off as well. And this is the guy. This is Jake. Jake is the silent monster behind the team. He will sit here and silently smile, but behind it all, he is tapping on emails. He is searching for grants. He is the boots on the ground runner of the whole thing. He fusses at us, reminds us to do things, gets on me when I am not doing what I'm supposed to do, and basically he is the heart. So that's Jake.
I'm just like, he gave me a title like the program director, so whatever they tell me to do, I'm there.
He's being modest. TA started as a board member. He was one of the board members of the team. But TA was so boots on the ground and so invested and passionate in what we were doing that he is now a member with us, and we're gonna find somebody else to take his place on the board. So he is being modest, but he is indispensable.
Are you gonna stay in the library business?
Absolutely. We are not, Attain also has another faction of it called Out of the Box Initiative. We have a library on 13th and College, 13th and Forest, right in front of Creative Visions, big colorful building. We have another building that we're looking for a spot to put. We have the building already built. We're waiting to, the spot, that was a different thing. But we also have annexes in 4 different locations around Des Moines. Our library is focused on authors and characters of people of color because representation matters, and we want our kids to see themselves in everyday life. We want them to see that other people like them are represented in mysteries, are represented in science, are represented in other areas, and everything about their life is not just about the struggle. So we have that, and Hal was one of our helpers when the library was a concept before a building was even there. So yes, we are absolutely still in the library business, and we have a building that will be dropped sometime soon as we find a spot. Anything else?
Do you guys have need for volunteers to do weekend breakfast, and if so, what do we do to participate?
Yes. Absolutely. We will be getting we're gonna put together a job form, is what we're gonna do, and it'll be on our Facebook page. So if you want to, we'll have a calendar up there. If you think that you can help between 1 and 12 or 1 and 3 or whatever on this Saturday, just sign your name up and we'll give you a call before that breakfast to make sure that that's still a thing.
What's the timeline for getting the truck purchased and putting it in service?
Well, thanks to this modest guy right here, the truck is waiting on us.
Oh.
We have that truck that you saw is the actual truck. That is not that is the truck. That is the inside. That is the equipment that it comes with. And we have a representative named Ava who has been great about working with us just on our award letter. So we're already ready.
They just needed money.
Yeah, we just needed the little bit. Anything else? Oh.
because you're so good on your feet. Tell us a story. Like paint the picture of somebody that comes and kind of your why, right? So why you get up every day, and why you put in the work. You know, because I think it helps shed light too on food insecurity and what's happening in our community.
Well, food insecurity is a big thing, and I think that is kind of nationwide. We're pretty aware of that in the news stories and the news cycles. Specifically for that neighborhood, there's so many, but there is one particular, actually there's two, so I'm gonna tell you both. There's two particular families. One is a lady, and I believe she is Laotian, and she has 3 daughters, and they've been coming for 2.5 years. In fact, they've been coming so long that the little daughter, who was a arm baby when they first started coming, now runs around chasing after the little puppies that come there. And just seeing the people, there's another family of 3 siblings, we've never seen their parents. We just know that they come, I think the oldest one is probably 11, and then they're like 11, 9, and maybe 4, but they come, they've got coats, and we bought them Christmas presents the year before because they have become such a part of who we are. I hate getting up at 5:30. Please understand that. I have made breakfast while slamming pots and pans around because I'm irritated to be awake this early. All of that leaves the minute I'm on that call. The minute the first person is in line, waiting for us to finish setting up because they're already sitting there waiting on us. They know we're there, we're dependable, and we're part of their community. We had a houseless guy. We had a man who was houseless, and his name was Rick, and he disappeared for like a month, and we didn't know where he was, but we looked for him. We went around, we knew that he had a couple friends on a couple of streets, we went to their houses, and we had accountability for him where there may not have been anybody else who did. He didn't have any family, but he was ours, and we did find him. He was going through a hard time. He didn't have any heat, he was at his house, and he was very sick, actually. So we were able to coordinate with Joppa, get him a tent and some heater at least, and some propane, and get him going on that. But more than anything else, we looked for him. And when we told him that, the smile on his face was crazy because it never occurred to him that we were going to go searching for him because we hadn't seen him in enough weeks that we started to get worried. So these are just a couple of stories for just being a member of this community and loving these people.
And I grew up homeless at certain times in my life, and a lot of the times, the only times that we ate were through programs like this, free food programs. So I think it's imperative for me to come back and be as impactful as I can be to help people get nourishing meals, nourishing meats, right?
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. And he's a vegan, so. But we still love him.
We're getting an industrial juice machine.
So we're getting a juicer.
Fresh juice along with those bacon and eggs.
How will people know that Rotary Club of Des Moines is a part of this?
Oh, we have a wrap. We have a wrap that the truck is not gonna look like this. By the time we're finished with it, we're gonna be having our
Big
local.
Rotary Club right on the side.
We have a local artist, a comic book artist that is actually gonna do a wrap for us. And the Rotary Club emblems will be on there and sponsored by.
Big.
So, yeah, oh, definitely. Everybody's gonna know what you guys have done for us. Trust and believe. Thank you again. Anybody else? Sir?
In your intro, maybe I heard it wrong, but did I hear you say esports?
Yes.
Could you just say a little bit about that?
There's actually, you know what, I know, this is how much I know. We have a consortium with kids in esports. Now I'm gonna let the expert.
Hi everyone, how are you? So the esports program is with Des Moines Gaming Club, and we're working with DMPS on creating esports teams for the high schools. Eventually, we're gonna go to all the high schools, but we're starting with the Hoover feeder pattern. How the program will work is, it's a 3-tiered program. The first tier is a positive place for you to be. The second aspect is developing those professional aspects that you want for a career, like podcasting, streaming, knowing how to brand yourself and the market that you're in. And the third tier is more of the internship side, which is the business side, which is the aspects of knowing how a gaming club works, what VR consists of, what consoles, what type of internet you need, what type of connections you need to have, the space required. Basically everything that you need to know to start a business will be provided in that internship. So we're currently working with the MPS on getting the funding and the space in order to do it. A lot of the issues have been with the logistics of moving people around. As it stands right now, the younger kids are not able to really move to us, so we're having to find a way to move to them. And the other logistical issue is now that DART is losing service routes. The high schoolers already had issues getting places to begin with DART, but now they're losing those access to that as well, so it makes it harder. So we're trying to find a way that we can implement the program into the schools.
Just in case anybody doesn't know, esports and streaming is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year business. The top streamer right now for Fortnite makes $1 million a month. So it is actually a legitimate a month. Yes, sir. On Twitch, he streams on Twitch. He makes $1 million a month playing Fortnite. So it is absolutely a legitimate career path for the younger generation. So that is, it's setting kids up for success, and it's allowing them to get into an area of technology that is going to open the world up to them. So, all right, that's it for me.
Wow, what do you say to that? Pretty amazing things. It's going to be so exciting to watch your vision grow and continue to expand. So thank you. We're happy to have our new friends here at Rotary Club of Des Moines, and so happy to know more about Attain. And I want to thank Jamie and our grants committee, our foundation board of directors, and thanks to all of you members who contribute to the Rotary Club of Des Moines Foundation, which allows us, club number 27, to do more good in our community. And just for you to know, there are 44,000 Rotary clubs around the world. We were the 27th club to be formed way back in 1911, so we've been around a while. So you picked a good club. Okay, so now some upcoming fun things. On December 12th, oh yeah, we have the blood drive, but it's also Second Chance Tuesday. So I arranged to give blood at 3:30. I figure I can do the blood, drink my juice, recover, and get down to Big Grove in time to maybe have a glass of water. I don't know if I'll have a beer. But I'll be there, and we'll be there again like we have been from 5 to 7. Drop on by and see us. We have a good time chatting, just informally. Whoever comes, we have a great time and good conversations each week or each month. So every month, second Tuesday of the month, we have a meetup for us. So the fun and the fellowship is free. The food and beverages are on your own. And now our upcoming speakers. December 14th, we've got our holiday lunch meeting. Our famous eggnog reception is at 11:30. The regular meeting time from 12 to 1. We will have entertainment. Our musical entertainment are the Brokels. This is a Drake a cappella group. So we're looking forward to being entertained musically by them next week. Reservations are very, very important. We encourage you to bring guests and invite guests, but we need to be sure we have a seat for you and enough silverware. So be sure to let us know by 9 a.m. on Wednesday. And then, of course, on the 21st and 28th, we'll take a break as we're all celebrating the holidays, and we'll be back on January 4th, 2024. Bill Minner, who is the Executive Director of the Iowa Rural Development Council, will be sharing his building a vibrant rural community strategies. I want to thank you, excuse me. Sorry about that, choking myself up. I want to thank you for being with us today, for being a vital part of the Rotary Club of Des Moines. So great to get to meet you, Pasha and Tyrone and Jake. We look forward to watching as your community continues to grow and thrive and become vibrant, fulfilling that vision you've got going for you. And for all of us, until we meet again, let's get out there, have some fun, and do good in the name of Rotary. This meeting is adjourned.